Yo, what is up, Crocs and clan members, Poke fans? We are here with talking about episode 38 of Pokemon Horizons. I'm slowly there. I'm almost caught up. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's draining, but it kind of is. You know, watching so many episodes back to back and having all these reviews. This is why I should have been doing them weekly to begin with. But I digress. We couldn't do that. So I will come out right out and say my only issue with this episode, and it's not even a big issue, is that it felt like it was a Molly-centered episode, and then it became the Liko show. Now, I've mentioned in the past, I don't have a problem with Liko. Like, I like Liko as a character, and I have no problem with her getting, time in the spotlight and all this stuff. But when you start off the episode showing that it's going to be a certain way, and showing that another character is supposed to get, like, the highlight, and then you change it to a different one, it just throws you off. At least it threw me off, okay? Like I said, I don't mind Liko getting development, especially since we just got a Roy episode before, right? I just think that if you're really pushing this whole Molly's taking care of Pokemon, this should have been a Molly-centered episode, okay? I don't have a problem with Hattena learning Heal Pulse, okay? I actually had to double check that because even though I use Hatterene, I don't think I've ever looked at whether it can learn Heal Pulse or not, because it's never been in my radar, because I use Hatterene as a status absorber with Magic Bounce and a hazard preventer and setup. That I've never thought of Heal Pulse on Hatterene because I don't play VGC, right? So I actually had to double check, like, can Hattena even learn Heal Pulse? But then it can. So I have no issues with that. I don't have no issues with Liko's Pokemon getting some development, some growth. And as I've mentioned when Liko was about to catch Hattena to begin with, I like Hatterene. Hatterene is one of my favorite Pokemon from Generation 8. So I like the fact that that evolution line is getting some love in this series, because they didn't really get much in the original, Journeys canon. I think it showed up in the To Be a Master specials, but I don't consider that a worthwhile showing of this group of Pokemon. So I'm glad that it's part of the main cast. I just feel like to me, it felt like a slap in the face, because if I remember when I was doing this reviews in the beginning, I said that Molly was one of my favorite characters in the show, just because of the potential for her as a character, and the episodes that they had highlighting her at the beginning really showed that the way her character is, and that she's a Nurse Joy that doesn't like to be in a Pokemon Center. Okay, that's the mentality we have going on, because she's part of that family. She's part of that family line, and she's like, no, we have all these Pokemon Centers that help out, trainers with their Pokemons, but there's nobody out there helping Pokemon in the wild. So I like the mindset that they went with her, and this could have been a good episode for her, because she's helping the household, right? Well, one of the households first, because I think it's the male. I actually don't know how they're split up. I don't know which one's supposed to be the male, which one's supposed to be the female, because they don't have a gender, because there are multiple Mons in a line. So, one of the mouseholds, of the adult mouseholds, was hurt first, and then they take care of it, they heal it, and then they follow it, because obviously there's always a pair. They thought it was a tandem mouse first, and I was like, that makes sense, okay? When you're seeing it by itself, you're not going to think it's a mousehold. So tandem mouse is the thing. So when they chase after it, and they found out that the partner is under this fucking cave, in my mindset was, oh, well, Molly has to get in there somehow, and then they send Liko in, and then it's all the Liko show afterwards, right? We see Liko going into the cave, saving the other mousehold, taking it back. Now it's safe. Oh, but there's more, because it's not a tandem mouse, it's a mousehold. So there's definitely more. And as soon as the one that they saved in the beginning started screaming, I was like, this ain't a tandem mouse. This is a mousehold. The babies are in there. They gotta save them, okay? And then it turned into a Liko show. Liko has to go help them. And like I said, I like the fact that Hattena is the one that she literally stole the show, okay? Because Hattena was in control of everything. She's like, okay, things are going down. I can sense everything, because that's my ability as a Pokemon. She was able to track where the baby mousehold was, so she led them there, and then they found them, and then she miraculously learned Heal Pulse after only seeing it once, which is also kind of, I don't know how I feel about that. To be honest, I don't. But I can't even say I'll give it to them because that'd be hypocritical of me. But for the most part, it's a move that it can learn, and it could be at the right range to learn it. I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say. I have a problem with it, but at the same time, it's like it's a non-factor here. It is a little bit of a Deus Ex Machina because like, oh, you just happen to learn the move when you actually need it, and it doesn't feel like it's a progression of it trying to learn it. But that's besides the point. And then they heal the households, and then they are able to escape from the cave because there was a cave in and shit like that. Oh, I just remembered. There's another thing in the episode I like. The whole Molly to Liko transition is a problem. I don't think it makes the episode bad. But this part, I do think really knocks the episode down. And that is the fact that Liko escapes through a different hole, right? You had the whole group from the ship helping to get rid of this giant log that was blocking the entrance to the cave, right? Which is also ridiculous because Metagross could have moved that shit by itself. Just saying, either fucking Oreo's Metagross is a piece of shit or they were just trying to get like a group effort here because Metagross could have moved this by itself. It's a fucking psychic type for fuck's sakes. But again, that's besides the point. So they're over here trying to open the entrance, and then Liko comes and jumps out. And Liko pops out of a fucking different hole that's nowhere near this area, right? And my question is, because like they're like, how did you get here, right? Like Frida's like, oh, there's only one entrance to this place. I couldn't find anything else. And then they do a flashback to what just happened when they could have just shown it, right? Why do you need to make it a flashback? Just show her getting out of the fucking cave. You don't need to, like, you could have had it to where the Mouseholds being so happy that Liko saved them and Hattena saved them and all this other shit. They're like, we're going to get you out of here. And then you show the group over here struggling, and then you cut back to Liko and the Mouseholds doing their thing where they're using Dig to get out of the fucking cave. And then you go from there. Like, there's no reason to have that happen off screen just to show it as a flashback. It's stupid. I hate it when they do this in shows. Okay, so that's the one, I will say, that is the one thing that really knocks this episode down just a little bit, because I hate in-episode flashbacks, where the same scenario happened in the same fucking episode. I don't like it. I didn't like it when they did it back in the original series. I'm not gonna like it now. I'm pretty sure they've done this once before in Horizons, and I can't recall what episode it was, but I'm pretty sure it's happened already once, and I don't want this to become a pattern. I hate it when shows do this, because you could just show it happening. You don't need to make a flashback in the same fucking episode when you could just show the thing happening. It's dumb, okay? We can infer that she tells the other characters afterwards, right? We don't need to see it as a flashback of you retelling what just happened when you could just show it. I'm getting angry, okay? That shouldn't be getting angry this right now, but that is gonna be at the end for this review. I like I said, I'm happy Hattena learned the new move. It's a little weird that Sprigatito's still stuck with the same moves she's had since like, when the fuck did she learn Quick Attack? I think that was like episode 3 or 4. So she's lacking. Like Hattena now has a new move, and Fuecoco learned a new move last episode. Sprigatito needs some love. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. And Quaxley needs some love too. And I think the next episode is gonna be a Dot-centered episode. So I'm really happy about that because I want more from her as a character. So I hope that it doesn't do what this episode happened and it switches to a different character in halfway through the episode. So if it's a Dot episode, I want it to stay a Dot episode. Especially since it looks like she's going to potentially catch a Tinkatink. And bruh, I love Tinkaton in Scarlet Violet. So I'm hyped, okay? I can't wait to see that. And I really hope that she actually catches the thing. But that's going to be it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I've been your boy SoresanCrockxen, and I'll see you guys in future videos, streams, shorts, and everything in between.